Muskegon County Family Court Services presents Michigan Child Support 101. This presentation gives an overview of the 2017 Michigan Child Support Formula Manual. You can stop and start this presentation at any time. The 2017 Michigan Child Support Formula Manual went into effect January 1st, 2017. The full version of the manual can be viewed at the link at the bottom of the slide. The manual is used in all family courts in the state of Michigan and consists of the manual and the most current supplement. Courts must order child support in the amount determined by applying this mathematical formula. A child support obligation includes payment for the general care and needs of a child. It will include the base support, medical support, and child care expenses. The formula establishes the support obligation for both parents. Child support is the paying parent's contribution for a child's expenses, and the recipient parent's contribution to the child's expenses is the day-to-day care for the child. The court may deviate from the formula when the result of the formula leads to an unjust or inappropriate result. Deviations cannot be based on the court's disagreement with the policies in the formula. This slide and following slide list 21 factors the court may consider when deviating from the formula. Factors: a child has special needs. A child has extraordinary educational expenses. A parent is a minor. A child's resident income qualifies for public assistance. A parent has extraordinary joint accumulated debt. Deviations factors continued. The court awards property in lieu of child support. A parent is incarcerated. A parent has or will incur extraordinary medical expenses. A parent receives bonus income. Someone other than the parents can provide health care coverage. A parent provides substantially all the support for a stepchild. A child earns an extraordinary income. The court orders a parent to pay household expenses prior to entry of a final judgment or order. A parent must pay significant amounts of restitution, fines, fees, or costs associated with that parent's conviction or incarceration. Deviation factors continued. A parent makes payments to a bankruptcy plan. A parent provides a substantial amount of a child's daytime care and not reflected by the overnights used to calculate the offset for parental time. A child in the custody of a non-parent recipient spends a significant number of overnights with the payer. The court ordered non-modifiable spousal support. When a parent's share of net child care expenses exceeds 50% of that parent's base support obligation. The amount calculated does not exceed $15 per month, and any other factor the court deems relevant. Determining income. The first step in figuring each parent's support obligation is to determine both parents' net incomes. The following slides represent the various incomes that are used when determining income for supporting a child, such as wages from an employer, reported in the Medicare and Tips section of a W-2 form, earnings from a business, profits or payments from profit sharing, a pension, trust, Social Security, unemployment, disability benefits, workers' compensation, military pay, tips, lottery winnings, capital gains. Income used to calculate child support continued. Adoption subsidy. Money owed by another person. market value of perks from an employer such as housing, meals, vehicle, spousal support, potential income, income used to calculate child support continued, inheritances and gifts, survivor's benefits, Social Security benefits received by a child, reimbursements by an employer that exceeds actual costs, income used to calculate child support continued. A child's SSI supplemental security income benefit is not used as income. The value of public assistance is not used as income. Others incomes used, the value of gifts such as money, food, shelter, transportation. Net income is derived from all incomes available to a parent minus certain types of deductions. The following slides list the allowable deductions from a parent's gross income, such as alimony, spousal support, income taxes, mandatory payments as a condition of employment, like union dues and uniforms, life insurance policy premiums for a child, cost of care or services paid by a parent to comply with case service plans for a child, cost of providing mandatory health care coverage. Allowable deduction from a parent's net income are additional children and health insurance premiums paid for the additional children. Additional children are biological or adopted children living in that parent's household or for whom the parent pays child support. This slide represents in the table the percentage reduction for additional children to a parent's net income. The box to the left of the chart gives an example of the reduction for one additional child. After incomes and deductions are considered, base support is calculated by using both parents' net income and the mathematical formula viewed on this slide. The table on the right provides the information needed when using the formula. The 2017 Michigan Child Support Formula Supplement contains the tables used in the formula. The supplement is online at the link at the bottom of the slide. The My Child Support Calculator uses the formula and tables to calculate child support. You can calculate your child support using the link at the bottom of the slide and by clicking on the tab Calculate Child Support. The equation for base support does not take into consideration overnights spent with each parent. Thus, the parental time offset equation considers the overnight spent with each parent and reduces the base support. This diagram represents the effect on base support with increased overnights. The diagram shows parent A having an obligation of base support with no overnights of $468 per month and decreases to $3 per month when parents share equal time. If the payer of support has 196 overnights, the recipient of support becomes the payer of support of $86 per month. Included with base support in a child support order is an obligation for medical expenses. This slide defines allowable medical expenses and medical expenses not allowed for reimbursement. The chart at the bottom of the slide represents the annual ordinary medical expense amount. Every child support order should specify the medical expense percentage of responsibility for a child's uninsured medical expenses. The box in the slide has the plaintiff paying 60% and defendant 40% of uninsured medical expenses. The chart on the right shows the average ordinary medical expense in a year. The box on the left is a uniform child support order which includes a $50 per month ordinary medical expense obligation. Additional medical expenses are expenses exceeding the annual ordinary medical expenses, in this case $403, and all medical expenses paid by the payer of support. Additional medical expenses paid by the payer of support are reimbursed by the recipient of support by the percentage in the order. In every support order, the court must order one or both parents to maintain health coverage for a child. A child's net portion of the health premium cost either increases or decreases the payer's support obligation. The box represents an order whereby the plaintiff is ordered to maintain health insurance for a child, providing health care coverage for the children does not exceed 6% of the providing parent's gross income. Child care support is also included in a child support order. Child care expenses, after subsidies, tax credits, or public assistance is deducted, is allocated between the parents based on each parent's share of their joint income. This slide indicates an obligation of $100 per month for child care. Dependent benefit credit. Credit is given to a payer when the recipient of support receives a child's benefit which is based on the payer's Social Security benefit. This slide shows a support obligation reduced to zero due to the payer's benefit of $525 per month paid to the recipient of support for a child. The friend of the court must submit a recommendation to the court when there is a change of circumstance and when the modification of support exceeds the minimum threshold of the greater amount of either 10% of the current support or $50 per month. Order conversion, prorating, and rounding. This slide gives the multiplier when converting a weekly and bi-weekly amount to a monthly amount. To view the current 2017 manual and supplement, use the links on this slide. We hope this presentation was helpful. To calculate your child support, use the link on this slide. If you believe there has been a change of circumstance and desire to have your child support reviewed, forms are located on the Friend of the Court website. See the link at the bottom of the slide. Click on the Forms and Publication tab and open Motion to Modify Support.